guess
Well,
I was the one who wanted to do it. So.
yeah, you want to do it,
So I should probably.
might want to start it off.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Riding around on this Sunday evening.
Is it evening yet? Afternoon?
Afternoon, yeah. It's 3 o'clock, so what we doing?
We are going to visit the elders.
Yep.
And get something to eat. And we got to go home so I can finish getting ready for the week ahead.
Yep.
So we wanted to come on and just talk a little bit about our weekend, and then we wanted to take some time to reach out to the parents of adult children. I think we need some type of support group.
Right.
I know people have. Okay, so the weekend, we had a wonderful weekend.
Yep.
All right, moving past that. You think about when, get to the good part. You think about when, like, people are having babies, all the support that comes with the baby, and people want to help you, they want to babysit and all this other stuff. And you have mom groups and Mother's Day out, and you have play dates and things like that. So you have all this support and all these resources, and then it's like when they get to a certain age, especially adult children, when you think, I don't know, as a young parent, I thought that's when parenting ended. When they became adults, but it doesn't end, it just changes. And
the dynamics change. And you know, you think about it, like during that time, like you say, you had all the support. But then you say, well, after they get out of school, whatever they decide to do, they grown, and you know, they're adults now. You know?
And you think that you have poured in everything that they'll need to go forth and conquer the world,
and you realize you done missed some stuff.
But this is the thing, as a parent, you realize, we didn't go over that part, but they're now adults.
Yeah.
They don't have to listen to you.
Right.
They can do their own thing. They have their own experiences that they bring along. So even though as the parent you have the experience and wisdom, and you're like, that's not going to turn out the way. I have an example. Now, he wasn't an adult at this point, but this is what it feels like. So at one point, the boy he decided he wanted cinnamon rolls, and we had refrigerated canned biscuits.
Yeah.
And so I walk into the kitchen, and on the island he has the canned biscuits, the pan, he has brown sugar, cinnamon, butter. And I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm gonna make cinnamon rolls. Cream cheese. And I was like, I don't think that's gonna turn out.
Home mix cinnamon rolls.
Right, I don't think that's gonna turn out the way that you think, son. But he did it, and it did not turn out.
Right.
But he had to experience it, and that's how, like, some of the things that they are experiencing now as adults, it's like you tell them, I don't think that's gonna work that way, but they do it.
They don't listen. They don't listen worth a damn. It's just like, you know, they have to learn things. It's like you can tell them that this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen.
Yep.
And I think deep down inside that I don't believe you. And then they'll just be like, I'm gonna experience this for myself. And I know experience is the best teacher. But, you know, I think we had a little bit more common sense to where we were like, okay, I'm going to listen to what such and such said, and I'm not going to do it like that.
I have never shied away from learning from other people's mistakes.
Right, exactly.
I don't need to see for myself, and so that makes it more difficult with our kids, because all of our kids are pretty much, I have to learn it myself.
Yep.
I mean, every last one of them, they have to go through it themselves. And I love that.
Brick wall.
I love that they are independent thinkers. I love that they are risk takers. But it's hard as a parent. Oh, that's a nice car.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's hard as a parent to watch them go through those things, and then, like you said, our role has shifted.
Yep.
So there's really nothing we can do other than be there for them to, process through. Okay, well, what about next time, or what are you going to do now? How are you going to pivot? I do love that our kids they're open with us.
Yeah.
They will reach out and ask for guidance and advice. It's just that they don't always listen.
Well, you telling them about how to handle people on their job. You're trying to tell them, look, you can't. And it's almost the same thing. It's like, I've been telling you the same thing when you were in school. You can't control what people do. You can't control what people say. You just have to, brush over that and do the best that you can do. And you're telling them as an adult now, and it's like, well, it's the same thing I told you.
Right.
Years ago.
Right.
I'm telling you the same thing. I'm not telling you anything different,
I think the parents who have adult children, let's have some support group action going. Let's
all the thing it is gonna end up being just cussing about. Let me tell you what mine did.
If we can help support each other through these hard times, because I'm perplexed. I am. I look at the two of them, and we had children at their age. We were raising a family at their age, and don't get me wrong, I feel like we were too young. And it's good that we were able to make it in spite of. So I'm glad they don't have that extra responsibility right now, but at the same time, like I don't know. It's
but
just,
it's funny. Like when
we need a support group, y'all.
We're talking to other friends and family who have adult children, and it's like they'll tell a story, and then it's like everybody in the group has, well, I got one better than that. Right. And it's like, we get
hold my beer story
telling these stories, and it's like, well, dang, and then it makes you feel like you're not alone.
Now, what I can say is, in addition to they are independent thinkers, they are wonderful humans.
Oh, yes. And I think that's what frustrates them more, because
everybody is not.
Everybody is not, and you want them. In the grand scheme of things, yes, you feel like if everybody just behaved like I did,
right,
the world would be better. And it's hard to get them to understand.
You're right. That's a good point. They don't understand that everybody doesn't
raised like you were raised. They didn't have the same upbringing. Your foundation is different. So, how do you just have to navigate through that with each individual person.
I think we need a support group with drinks.
Yeah.
Drinks and snacks.
And, chips
tissue.
And snacks.
Tissue.
It's like an AA meeting.
Tissue. So we can cry it out.
Grown Children's Anonymous.
Something. I love them, and I'm proud of them. And another thing is they get frustrated with things, and it's like, I want to fix it.
Yep.
And there's nothing to do other than provide that guidance when they ask for it, and that support when they need it. But they're something.
You just have to remind yourself that, okay, they're an adult, and they're going to have to learn how to handle those situations in their way. Because, especially if it comes to like a co-worker or a manager or something that they're having conflict with, and it's like, I want to go say something to the dude.
Oh yeah.
Or the young lady, but you know, I know that's not the thing to do.
Right.
I know that it was wrong, so they need to learn how to handle that situation on their own.
Also trying to get them to understand that you're only responsible for you.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what you were saying. Like, they think that because I move this way or I operate like this, that other people do as well.
Yeah.
Or I'm not doing anything wrong, so nobody would, you know, do something negative to. And that's just not the case, because people are horrible.
It's on my damn ass.
Language.
On my behind.
There you go. See, that's why you didn't want to go live.
Yeah. Sunday, I don't cuss.
Oh, every day that ends in Y you are. Yep.
Cuss in traffic.
In traffic, out of traffic. Should I tell them how you just forgot where we lived?
You can go ahead and tell me.
So we had to go and drop something off at Xfinity, and he drops the thing off, and she said, "What's your address?" And he looked at me. He said, "What's our address?"
I just couldn't get the numbers right.
And then blamed it on us and all of our moving. But we've been in the same house now since 2019, which might be a record. if we make it to 5 years. Yay me.
Yeah.
It's a Mustang.
It doesn't sound like a Mustang. I mean, it sounds.
And he doesn't look like he knows how to drive
Yeah,
it.
he don't know how to horse get.
He's driving it a little too responsibly.
He don't know how to go bring that thing up.
It's probably an automatic.
It probably is. You got to stop at the light and hold the brake and then boom, boom, you know.
So anywho, back to the kids.
Yeah.
And our support group. We need a support group. We need a time that we can come together and laugh and cry and figure it out, because I do want them. I think that I personally feel like we have done, like we've done different and more than our parents did.
Oh yeah.
I know our parents did the best they could with what they had, and I respect that. And I think that we have kind of filled in some of the gaps. But there was other stuff that we apparently missed. I just don't know. I don't know. We did the best we could with what we had also. So.
And that's the thing, like, you know, when it comes to siblings and children, they can grow up in this same household, and they're still going to be different in many ways. And at the end of the day, they're going to be their damn self, regardless of how you raise them. You can think you've done all that you can do, and I'm sure, you know, I hear, you know, just with different friends have discussions like their frustration on the little stuff. You know?
Right.
Because, you know, after 92, common sense just
the new humans
just went out of them. So we got these new adults.
The new humans, they just
and that's you know what? I guarantee you, all this telling them that they smart stuff, and they were little children. Oh, you so smart, and you just know everything. And now they know every damn thing, and they didn't know more than you. So then they're telling you that you're wrong when you're telling them something that you have verified to know that it's happening. They telling you, I don't believe you. Okay.
But remember, once like we talked about the Disney Channel shows and the Nickelodeon shows where the parents, like a situation would happen, and the grown-ups, parents, teachers, what have you, would be like bumbling fools. They wouldn't know what to do, and the kids would end up or the kids would talk to the parents any kind of way, and the parents would be oblivious. And so the kids grow up watching that, and then I think that the whole everybody gets a trophy, that type of thing. So there's this level of entitlement and expectation,
participation,
and and
be rewarded. You want to be rewarded for just doing what you're
supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, the idea of, and now this part, like I agree with part of these things. It's just the aftermath I don't think we expected.
Right.
And so the listening and allowing you space to share your feelings and your thoughts about things as a child. Okay, cool, because we didn't get that. It was stay in a child's place.
Yep.
And okay. Stay in a child's place and whatnot. So we were consciously, intentionally providing our kids with the space to share their feelings and their thoughts and inviting that from them. But the difference is sharing your thoughts and your feelings. Thank you, Sharon. The thoughts and feelings, that's one thing, but that doesn't mean that the decision will be changed.
Right.
And that's something that I know with Tyson, he struggled with, because we tell him, yes, I want to hear what you have to say, but that doesn't mean the decision will change, because in the end, the adult, like, we're responsible for that, and we're responsible for the outcome, good, bad, or indifferent. So that was something. And I don't know. I think we did good. But we just didn't foresee some of the.
Well, I mean, you can't foresee the future. And I love them, and they are wonderful humans, and I'm proud of them.
I just want them to. I want them, and that's another thing, because they get discouraged and feel like they should be doing this or they should be doing that. And we tell them there's no rules for it. You know. There's no rules for life. Nobody goes through life and does everything 100% right, because what's right to you may not be right for me.
You want me to tell you to do X, Y, Z, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you more options, because if I tell you to do X, Y, Z and you weren't happy in the years of life, you're not going to come back and say
that it was my fault.
It was my fault.
Right.
I was trying to do what you wanted me to do.
Right. We support you, we help you, we help you research these things, but then the decision has to be yours.
Has to be yours. That's a job in every dog thing.
That's one of the things I know that Reagan struggles with, but Reagan is the one that when she's ready to make a decision, there's no stopping her. But then with other things where she's not quite as decisive about, she wants you to tell her what to do with those things. Like, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
All right, so we're getting to our first stop.
Yep.
We just wanted to try something different. It gets hard juggling schedules a lot of times, and when we have to schedule a time to record or put time aside for this, that, and the other, and we figured that this being in the car is a time where we often have conversations and discuss things, so we wanted to bring you all along with us. You got anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, thank y'all.
Till next time, we're gonna holler at y'all.